Where you learn those moves, bro? You learn those to like father, like son.
Like father, like son.
Oh yeah, my boy. That's my boy.
6 rounds.
Shit, his meat is out. It's huge again.
Oh,
Is it huge?
I don't know.
mega
It's big. No, it's big. It's normal.
It's gone away now.
Okay,
It's
okay.
gone away. It
It's
was for
red.
I know. I just want to suck it, see what it tastes like. Shout out, Steve. We'll do it.
It's a hot rod.
What does people do it to?
Yeah, he was on a podcast and he was just like, "Yeah, my dog just like humps a bunch of shit." So I just started jerking him off.
Jerked his dog off.
So he jerks his dog
Just so
off.
it wouldn't come on stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, really? Or-
Yeah. He's just like me. 6 rounds, 30 seconds each. He's a
Well,
good
pro
boy.
tizzle. I don't know how you want.
Well, your grandpa died today.
He did. It was very tragic. He's a good man.
We call that uncomfortable laughter. Tell us about his legacy. Tell us about how you knew him.
Go on.
Tell us how you knew your grandpa. How did you meet him?
I probably met him when I was born. I think he was one of the first ones I met when I was born. It's a funny situation because he's my step grandpa. He was my step grandpa. He was like never married to my grandmother, so they had such a weird life. Like he lived in Toronto, she lived in Kitchener.
Yeah.
They never wanted to move in together because I don't
So
know.
you come from a long line of bastards.
One sec. Welcome back to episode 40 of the Shitpost HQ Podcast. This episode is sponsored by The Afterlife. Continue. By The Afterlife and Viagra.
So as I was saying, they were never married. So it was such a weird, like friends with benefits kind of thing for a long time. That's the funniest and truest way I can describe it, is that it was almost like a friends with benefit. Because he would come like they would hang out. He would stay at her place. She would go there for a week, kind of come around. Thanksgiving, they would come by. I saw her more often always because she lived in town. And then Toronto, like if we had to go like for a flight or something, we'd stay at his place. Like he was just my grandpa forever. And he was just always like, he was old. He was born in like 1936.
Holy shit. Okay.
So I don't know. He just was good at what he did, and then got contracted the old ligma.
That's
Ended
a
up
tough one. That's a tough one.
Ended up in the old sin bin.
Sin.
It's not a
Sin
colloquialism for a coffin. It's I'm using it as the
Jail?
nut house.
The nut house. The
I
old
would say
person
sin
nut house.
bin would be jail.
No,
Okay,
the
so
sin
do you have
bin's-
any stories of visiting the, I guess it was an old folks home, right? Or was it an asylum?
Uh,
Was he in Arkham Asylum?
It was in Gotham. He lived in Gotham.
Grams got locked up in Arkham Asylum in Gotham.
Oh yeah. We went to visit him. Like he was only in there for like two years, I think. He was in the nut house for 2 years. It's funny. We went like going to visit. Like it's almost humbling when you go to visit like someone in like one of those what the fuck are they called? Old age homes. Old age
Yeah,
homes.
long-term care home.
Long-term care. You go to visit. It's a fun. He's just looking into my soul. It's funny when you go there because it's a bit humbling because we're chatting with him and he's like kind of recognizing all of us again.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, let's go down and get some. It's dinner. He's like, oh, it's dinner time. It's dinner time. It's gonna go dinner. And I'm like, okay, let's go get dinner. And so we go downstairs and then he kind of like gets sidetracked and he was like, let's go play pool. And I was like, oh, there's a pool table? And he's like, yeah, it's in the basement. I'm like, okay, we can go play pool. That's fine. I was like, I'm down to wreck the old guy in pool.
teach him a fucking lesson.
Teach him a fucking lesson. Maybe then he'll remember who I am. Who am I? Say my name.
So he took you down to the basement. He wrecked a different kind of hole.
He took her to the basement. Turned out there is no basement. The basement was filled in 30 years ago.
Grandpa, what's all this Nazi memorabilia? Oh, wrong room. No, and then he's like slowly just remembering like who he is. It's like he's like, oh, I used to play pool back in the day. Like a couple weeks ago I was playing. I was like, I don't think a couple weeks ago. He's like, what year is it? He's like, 2005. I'm like, no, and he's like, oh, that's right, it's 2020 or whatever. Anyway, so we go to dinner, and then he's like, oh, there's my friend Reginald. And he's like, oh, I'm going to go sit with my friend. So he's sitting with his buddy, and they're just like sitting there like this, like barely cutting a food. And then we're just sitting, like kind of standing around him. And my grandma treats him she loves him, everything. Yeah. But it's kind of like one of those things where it's like she was always like yelling at him and stuff. Yeah. She's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
This is your Slovakian grandma.
Yeah. Okay. And so she was always yelling at him, and he's like, I'm just chilling. Like even when he was like in his right mind, he was like, he's just chilling. He's like sitting watching TV, and she just likes to yell at him, like because she's like worried, stressful. That's how she is. So even in this like mode that he's in, where he's like just he's like picking up his steak or chicken or whatever he's eating, she's like, Mike. His name is Mike. I got like 15 Mikes in my family. That's crazy. She goes, Mike, use a napkin. You're making a mess everywhere. And he's like, he can barely feed himself. And she's like smacking him upside the head. And she's like, use your fork. What are you doing? And I'm like, it's like wholesome to see, kind of. In a way.
She's not treating me any differently.
Exactly.
So I respect it.
Exactly. Like she's doing it from a place of love, and it was funny. And I always used to laugh when she would like hit him and stuff, because it's like she's just being like a grandma. Like she's hitting you with a spoon. She's like, get back to her. But no, he lived a great life, and he just was chilling. And I guess I don't know how he died. They didn't tell us that, which I'm a little what'd you do? Yeah. Just wanted to get rid of him. He needed a spot. Huh?
There's a new vacancy in town, huh?
Yeah. We might be able to have a spot in about 4 hours. Where's the ricin?
I think they need the ricin. Take out the old folks.
You just fucking... they just give him a multivitamin and they'll fucking knock him out.
Yeah. So it's funny that you mentioned that, because like my dad's mom died many years ago, like 15 plus years ago. But I think like 4 or 5 years ago, my grandpa died, my dad's dad. And it was just like, my dad told me, he picked me up from work and he's like, hey, like grandpa died. And I was like, okay. Yeah. Like I never cried. It's just like, even though like I lived in the same household, like when I lived in Romania for 7 years, he was there all the time. Him and my grandma, like my dad's mom, they practically raised me when my parents were gone. But it's like, I don't know if I'm just like a sociopath, or I just didn't feel anything.
You were young too.
Well, no, I was like 20, 23. Oh. I was like your age.
Oh.
I was sad, but it's like, it just is. Like there's like, so more like, the mourning process is like, what is mourning? Like they're dead, it's and I'm sad. But it's like, I never really like thought about it after the fact either. Like this is the second time I've thought about him since he died. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, when my grandma went, it was kind of the same thing. It was like very much like, oh, well, shit,
that sucks.
Yeah.
Like I felt bad for my dad.
Yeah, no, obviously, it was like super. It was less of me feeling sad. Oh no, grandma died. It was more sad, like, oh shit, like my mom's
seeing the
wrecked.
people around you.
Yeah. That's the shitty part. I would say more so than
seeing the people around you get upset makes me more emotional than what, because
then like the event itself.
Yeah, like to be honest, I haven't cried. I don't usually, although it's the first person someone like that close to me has died.
Yeah, I've not been around a lot of death, to be honest. I've been pretty privileged with that.
I've been around more death than joyous occasions. Mm-hmm. Like more funerals than joyous ones. Yeah. Like birthdays don't count because those suck. I pee and cum every time at those. So pee and poo and cum everywhere, so it doesn't matter. But I've been to more funerals than I have weddings. I've never been to a wedding, in fact.
Yes, you have.
Sorry, that's not. Yeah, you're right. I've been to one wedding.
Should we talk about that? Like, just
no.
No, we can talk about it. Just don't say who it is.
Have we not said?
I feel like we have.
I think we have talked about it. I thought we talked about it when it happened.
Yeah.
Did we?
I think so.
No, I don't think we did. Because the podcast wasn't alive when it happened.
I think, wasn't it?
Mm-mm. Maybe not. I don't know.
But I was gonna tear off into when the grandma thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then that morning we had to go see her.
Oh shit!
Body.
Yes, and it was very strange.
How dead?
How did you? How strange. Marcus? Tell me how. How did you do
How'd you fuck her?
How did you? No. How did you control yourself from not?
I mean, it was pretty easy.
I gotta go to the washroom.
It was pretty easy because I still had the head in a box, so I just opened up the drawer and took a peek.
Imagine that you go see the body before it gets embalmed. Everyone's and then they go to the open casket funeral. They were like opening the casket, their heads go. Marcus has a FedEx.
Where's Marcus?
What's in the box? What's in the box?
I'm not sure if I did tell this story on here before, but it was like we go. I guess because she was just like just suddenly got sick, 2 months, and then it was like boom, she's so like deteriorated that I guess they at one point took her out of the hospital, put a hospital bed in their house. Oh, she was just like there, just like basically everyone's like counting down the days, and then all of a sudden just it happens. We get the call. It was like early in the morning, and like I guess everyone in the family went there to go like. I don't know. I don't understand
inspect
what it was.
element.
Yeah, to, like pay their respects, but like I don't know. That's what you do at the funeral. I found it really weird, and of course weirder because rigor mortis had set in, and she was not grandma anymore. She was there lying, kind of reclined up, just.
That's fucking terrifying.
Really? The mouth is open?
That's fucking terrifying.
The mouth was open and tilted, like. I swear you could hear that noise in the room.
Oh,
and of
that's
course,
so scary, man.
Weight, so it was like all the skin was like peeled back onto the bones.
Marcus goes to lean in. She gets one of those death murmurs.
Yeah,
and like goes across and hits him with his.
We heard that apparently because it was off-putting, and like all the younger kids were gonna come and see. Apparently, my uncle tried to close the jaw and he couldn't because rigor mortis had set in.
He's like a big bodybuilder, right? He's strong.
Yeah, and he couldn't close the jaw.
He goes like this.
God, it just
snaps all the bones in her face is brittle. And now,
Does the
he does it with the T-Rex. Yeah.
To close it.
And then, well, now we got to decapitate grandma. Her face is
for science. How much human Welcome back to Mythbusters. Today we're going to be seeing how much human force is required to shut a rigor mortis jaw.
An 80-year-old's rigor mortis jaw.
I don't know. To me, it was just weird. It was like all her kids went up and like hugged the body.
Oh.
To me, I was like, I don't want to go anywhere near.
No.
That just lifeless body. It was like grandma's not there anymore. Yeah, it's a corpse now.
Grandma's been deleted from the server.
I hugged grandma the last time I saw her, but I don't want to go.
That's grandma's body, but grandma ain't here no more.
Yeah.
Grandma's right behind you. Marcus, why don't you hug me? Yeah, I don't know. It's that death and shit like that is always so bizarre to me. Were you done the story? I don't want to cut you off.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Just because I don't know if did I tell a story about when I went to go see Steph's grandma in the long-term care home, in the Greek long-term care home.
No.
So my girlfriend, her dad's Greek, and obviously as an extension, her grandma is Greek, and she's in a Greek long-term care home.
I believe they call that Mount Olympus.
Old Olympus.
Or the back of Kyprios restaurant.
You want some moussaka with that?
4 beds, and they're getting paid minimum wage to still cook in the back on the beds.
Flip some moussaka too.
Griddle.
So we go there, and I didn't know what to expect. I've never been to a long-term care home. Both of my grandparents are still alive, are in good health, and they're of sound mind.
That's what grandma made before she died.
Grandma burped and
Sorry.
and shit came and pooped her pants at the same time.
Shit and grandma pooped like that.
What if I just walked up and put a beer in her mouth?
Or like a doobie.
Joint in her hand and a beer in her mouth.
Or you do one of those. Grandma, I didn't know you would shit like that. Oh, sorry.
No, yeah, but we can't have Bernie's just start fucking. Yo, why is Grandma doing the Dougie? Why is Grandma doing the Dougie?
I hope my family never watches this.
Rest in peace, Grandma.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Grandpa. Rest in peace, Grandma. Shout out to them. This episode's for you, baby.
Yeah.
And then when my dad's parents died, they were in Romania, so I never saw them near the end of life. So I'm in this long-term care home, and we go upstairs. And obviously everyone there, because they're an older generation, almost everyone there is Greek Orthodox. And we went there on a Sunday, so it was the church sermon. And we're just walking down this hallway where all the rooms are, and they're all open and no one's in the rooms because they're all in the common area watching the priest go, So then I walk by this one lady who's like got like the fucking, she's got her own little flat screen in her room. She's just like kneeling on the TV, like, and I'm like, this is fucked. Like, this is just so bizarre to me. And then we walk inside and then we see her and she's like relatively sound. She has dementia. So like she like recognizes Steph and you know, her son and the family. And then
how many years has she been in this, in the back of Kipriot?
I think one or two. It was like very sudden and very like fast regression.
Okay.
When it started, but I imagine like I've always kind of like that setting to me is the perfect scene in a horror movie, because as I walk in, there's let's say 20 people in the common area, all in seats, and the lady beside her is just going like this constantly at the perfect cadence and rhythm, nonstop the entire time we're there. So trying to have a conversation with her, and all you hear in the background is, and she's just staring like in my general direction. I'm like, this is fucked.
You need one of those little marshmallow shooters.
So I was like, all right, I was like, this is just fucking bizarre. And everyone just looks like a fucking corpse. Yeah, and they're watching this fucking like 10th prestige priest on the like he's got a gold sash on, and they're just like. And I'm like, this is so depressing.
She's absorbing their power.
Yeah.
There's lifeless.
How has he been the priest for 89 years?
Wait, how old is the priest? I don't know. He's been
a good priest for a long time.
Named after him. What the fuck?
And then, yeah, we took her aside and we kind of talked to her, and she was like of relative sound mind and body, but you could tell like conversation were kind of cyclical, and she didn't really have like a deep response for anything. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I'm so just grateful for my parents, but also it really instilled like a deep fear of like, holy fuck, I just hope that my parents or like the parents of your loved ones or the people around me that I care about deeply, like I hope that no one has to experience that. Or like if there was at least a cure for like not whatever, is there a cure for, I wish there was a cure for everything, but like seeing someone's brain delete data is so fucking like sad to me. Like you have your dad has a lifetime of experience raising you, and you're a son, and he knows all your accomplishments that he's proud of you for, and all these experiences, and then now he's just a huskless shell, and he barely remembers if it's you or your brother. And like staring at that, and I'm like, holy fuck! Like this is like, what the fuck can you do? Like obviously you can like try your best to keep your brain sharp and I don't know, fucking read, but like if it hits, right?
And that's why I take Alpha Brain.
Alpha Brain, the number one pill. If you or your loved one has been affected by Alpha Brain in the past year, you might be entitled to compensation.
That's why I drink mud water.
Did she come to for a second?
Toilet water.
And go, get me out here.
She did actually. At one point, she said to the dad, she's like, "Can we go home?" And like the house is sold. Like it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like about how crazy that as a concept. Like, can we go home? No, you're trapped here. This is effectively just a glorified prison. Like you're not allowed to leave. Like the doors have like double locks because like if they get seen, they're like seen how they might want to leave. They're not allowed to. So it's like you're literally in prison in your mind and physically for your last years, just left to rot. But it's like you can't be alone in your house because you're fucking gonna probably fall down the stairs or forget who you are or go for a walk or whatever. And it's probably too much. Like it's just too much of a burden for one person to take care of you or two people to take care of you, right? So what's the solution? There is none.
Okay, I got an idea here. Business model as well. We start for our generation, like same kind of concept, long term, whatever, place to stay when you're old, place to go, and it's just whatever it's Disneyland for old people. It's round the clock orgies, drugs on demand. What do you want? You want a little heroin? Boom, Tommy will get it for you. He'll bring it down, and shoot you up, and whatever you want, food, everything.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
And just live out your last couple of years. Just living.
Talking like a fucking 2 weeks, maybe.
Whatever.
Fucking OD.
It'll be the best 2 fucking weeks of your life.
The next 8 hours, I'm gonna be dead on the couch.
More morphine.
A nice slow death on morphine. That's a great business model because like let's say it's like $1,000 deposit to get in, non-refundable.
Yeah.
And then
quick turnaround
because spike everything with fentanyl to get them early.
Yeah, because because then you're gonna have like the feds on you and stuff.
No, but we're not doing this here. This is in Mexico or somewhere.
Yeah,
somewhere where the laws are
much funnier.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go to
So
Tijuana.
only rich people will be able to go anyway. So it's not going to be $1,000.
Dude, what's that?
$10,000.
The prison from Prison Break, the one where they're like, we're gonna, Michael, we gotta take you, Michael, to this prison in Mexico. It's in. Have you seen Prison Break?
I have, but I didn't.
You know the one,
I didn't
the
finish.
Supermax?
I didn't finish the second season.
Oh man,
I finished
it's
the
like
first season, and then I was like, they're back in prison. Get the fuck out of here.
Prison Break.
How are they always in prison?
Yeah, they already broke out of prison. I was
It's
like,
just prison break after prison break after prison, and they keep throwing them in the slammer, thinking, "We got them this time, boys." No, these guys do it for a fucking living, and they'll get out no problem. But funny you said that lady. She goes, like, "Get me out of here," or like, "Can we go home?" Dude, my grandpa was like content with it. Like funny because like 2 years, it just went down quick. Like 2 years. My brother I was just talking to him about it, and he's like, I think it was like 5 years ago. Like, I think it was 2 years ago. We had like a family dinner, and he was like, he would usually do the speeches at the family dinner, like the grace, and he would say whatever before and like thank you for this. The last one he was at, he like kind of like started like tearing up, and he's like, health is like not what it is, and he starts talking about mortality, and we're like, dude, you're fine, sit the fuck down. Next thing you know, like 6 months later, they got to put him in a thing in like one of the retirement homes because like he drove himself to the airport thinking he was going on vacation, fell asleep in his truck, and then the police found him at like 3 a.m. They're like, "Sir, are you okay?" And he's like, "What? Where am I?" He's like, "I'm going on vacation." And they're like, "Oh shit." So anyway, he went into the thing.
Holy shit.
And then like I think last time I went to visit him like 3 months ago, he was just content with it all. He's like, "Yeah, I get this. I get like as frail and as brittle his mind was. He's like, I get this woman. She comes in and cleans and bathes me and all this, and I get meat and that's it. I chill with friends. I have friends. And I just go, oh, that's great. And he's like, who are you? Who are you?
Why are your hands on my dick?
Nurse.
did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
Grandpa, why is those Nazi memorabilia in your basement? Why did you find that?
Who are you? She's under the board. She's under the floor.
Grandpa, we were cleaning out your house after we put you in here, and there was just a bunch of Nazi memorabilia in the basement. Who? What? That wasn't mine. That was your grandmother's.
Grandfather's. No, but it's crazy how it goes so quick.
Yeah.
Like it can go so quick. I know I've heard stories of people who have like Alzheimer's or dementia where it has like a half-life or half-life is worse because it exponentially. Sorry. It goes, it's less dramatic drop off, like 5 years, 8 years, 10 years. It was so quick. And I don't even know what the fuck it was. Yeah. The retirement home, they didn't fucking tell us. Like they didn't tell us what it was. They didn't barely ever give us information on it. It was crazy. It was so like top secret, uptight. And I have a conspiracy theory because when we got to the fucking retirement home, it was a Best Western. It was a Best Western, bro. It was the building of a Best Western, like a hotel, the arches and shit, and the fucking where the concierge. There was a sign, a water stained sign that they took off, and it said Best Western, and then it just had like a banner up front that said whatever care home. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
The front.
It's the front. Yeah, it is a Best Western. Best Western to live life, rest of your life in here.
Best rest of your life.
Best rest of your life.
Best rest of your life.
I was just watching a YouTube video.
Go to bed.
This one,
what was the YouTube video called? Transition.
Okay, so I was watching this YouTube video. This one British guy who just like goes in depth about various like kind of dark stories and stuff, and like true life, just I don't know, history. You would like him. He almost because he'll go over history. Like I was just watching about like the whole fucking downfall of the Russian Empire.
Who is it? Kings and Generals?
No, I don't know the name.
I probably know who you're talking about.
YouTube channel by name. But he was talking about a very rare disease that you can pass down genetically, or it can spontaneously mutate. Nice. This disease is that there's something developing slowly over your lifetime in your cells that's blocking a certain thing in your brain that around the age of 50, you will just one day never be able to sleep again. And it kills you. It's like once it hits you, you basically slowly start to lose your mind. You start to see hallucinations. You start to get dementia. All your bones and everything starts to hurt because that's like just without sleeping, that's what happens. And then you basically have like 6 months to a couple years to live or something.
And you're awake the whole time?
You just never sleep again.
How's that possible? I feel like could you not do, like combat that with anesthesia? Like anesthetically put yourself to
I
sleep.
can show you. It was a 20-minute video. He said that they've been looking into this. There are some promising ideas, but it's basically like it blocks something in your brain that just will not allow you to sleep, or even like people try to get around it by doing shit like that.
Yeah.
The one guy started to experiment with self-deprivation tank with ketamine and whatever, and he was able to like put himself to sleep for maybe 4 hours, but still not quite getting full technical
REM
sleep,
sleep.
like REM sleep exactly.
Yeah.
And then
you'd relinquish your entire chance of getting REM sleep, but you could probably combat it with like a medically induced coma.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't feel rested
Yeah, it wouldn't be good.
because like I was watching a podcast. I'm sure you saw it, and he was talking. He said like if sleep was not required by the body, it would probably be illegal because it's so like remetic for the body. Like you're literally you're recharging, you are regenerating, you're building. Everything you do, everything your body wants to do and needs to do, it does when it's sleeping. Like you heal, you regenerate, you recuperate. That's why when you're sick, you just want to sleep. You're tired all the time because your body just wants to revive itself. So I don't know, being in a medically induced coma, like I wonder how that would feel waking up from a coma.
Awful. Because you haven't moved. That's why I fucking hate like space travel pod fucking concepts. Like you could not if you fucking woke up.
Different. They're like flash freezing you.
Yeah, but there's no way.
They're
body-
kind of freezing you in time. It's not like you're putting you in a coma.
No, but when I put a chicken in the freezer, it still tastes just as good as when it came out of the oven at Costco.
Medium
4
rare.
months later.
You know, you can put a live frog in the freezer, freeze it, take it out, and it'll thaw and just come back to life.
Could you freeze it indefinitely?
I don't know.
Why a
anybody's
frog?
ever tried.
That's the only thing Marcus had near his house.
No, but that's
the only thing I've tried with.
to frogs over the winter.
Dracula.
Like frogs literally just freeze wherever they are.
Marcus, why is Dracula in the freezer again?
Dracula go on. Come on, just let me try it.
Let me try it. No.
Try with a hamster. No, maybe because a frog has a low resting heart rate. Maybe it doesn't move.
No, it's to do with their cold-bloodedness.
Cold-blooded?
So you couldn't put. I was thinking like maybe another small, like a hamster.
No, dude,
then the
hamsters die from fucking hypothermia in general in like a well-heated home. Fuck, hamsters die like shit. A horrible, terrible death.
There's one buried in the backyard of McGregor.
There's 2 of them.
There's one buried in my backyard.
Really? It's so sad, man. You should dig it up.
I tried digging it up. I didn't know where it was.
Wait, true. I should try to dig him
It's in a
up.
fucking Tupperware.
I wonder if he's just disintegrated to just bones. Then I'll turn his.
Did you
little
just throw his
skull.
body?
Oh, he was in the shoebox.
I have him in like a Tupperware, like a sealed Tupperware.
Really?
So he might be
Preserved.
Wow.
Perfectly preserved.
Perfectly preserved.
We should dig him up.
I gotta X marks the spot.
You know what I always wanted to do? Bury a times capsule.
Yeah, we should.
I think my fucking my elementary school buried a time capsule.
Yeah, we did too.
Where is it? Should we just go to elementary school and
Ours was
start
like
digging
a
up?
50-year thing we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
We didn't bury it. I know we didn't bury. At my school, we didn't bury it. I think it just was like under
it
the
might
principal,
just- yeah, it might
under the
just
principal's
be
desk or
somewhere.
something.
It's possible it was forgotten though. I think ours was buried.
I'd be curious to know because I think
Should we bury a time capsule in my backyard?
your backyard and McGregor because like
Yeah.
the McGregor's gonna be lost before your house gets lost.
Yeah. We should.
It would be fun.
What can we put in it? Nudes.
Corpse.
Nudes.
Should we film a very, very homoerotic porn scene? Four-way human centipede dick sucking.
Well, you guys think about what you're gonna bring. I'm gonna bring Marcus's grandma's headless corpse, and I'm gonna put it in the.
Cryogenically.
So we dig up the heads of all our grandparents, put them in together in a box.
Dude, I went for a walk in the cemetery with Steph, and we got like her grandpa's buried like right here. The one
Because
near
that's a
us.
normal thing to do.
It is. It's nice. It's cathartic. We should go. It's nice. And I had this overwhelming urge to just dig it up. dig up everything.
Your grandfather?
No, just like anyone.
Anybody.
Just like see a funny name, dig him up.
And lie next to their corpse like that.
plank with their corpse on the tombstone. And there was also like a freshly buried body, and it was just covered by plywood. And I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Don't do that.
I think we might be making some tombstones coming up.
No way. At your work?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You laser them?
Dick butts.
I'm gonna make it.
Here lies dick butts.
No, but like the letters and shit.
Oh no.
So you make the stone, send it off to somebody else.
Probably.
I see.
But I could etch a little dick inside of it.
What do you want to happen to your body when you die?
Like I said, string me up weekend at Bernie's.
Taxidermy.
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 Put me in Madame Tussauds.
What?
Put me in Madame Tussauds wax museum, but as a real corpse.
Yeah.
Like just taxidermy me.
Yeah, they go,
It's like that looks really real.
Or what's the one from Black Mirror? the
Museum of Torture.
Museum of Horrors or whatever.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Start a museum in my name and just put like the most fucked up, twisted shit.
And then bury me in the museum as the final piece.
Don't bury me. I'm the final boss.
Display me.
Yeah. The left leg of
would be
eczema, dude.
the
left elbow of eczema.
I think. Funny wise, yeah, definitely taxidermy me like a giant statue. I'm dressed up in like full Native American garb or something with a staff. There's like a riddle beneath that needs to be solved that leads to somewhere.
Yeah. Make it like a
Quest.
Yeah, one
My
final quest.
grandchildren.
Yeah.
Marcus's entire instead of having a will, it's just a treasure.
Yeah, it's
That'd be sick.
National treasure. Yeah.
That would be fun. If I have some kind of like net worth when I die, I'd be like just bury it somewhere.
And I would fucking hate that though. Imagine being your grandkid. Grandkid's like,
What a story they would have to tell. What
No,
a,
but
what
they're gonna be
No,
life.
like make it possible to find. Like give them a riddle
make it
that's like
possible to
possible,
find.
but make it fucking hard.
okay,
That'd be
make it
sick.
hard, but not too hard.
It's in the basement under the laundry sink.
It's in your grandma's cooch. You're gonna have to fish it out, huh?
Wait, grandma? She's been dead 12.
Oh no.
So the one kid's like, yes, no.
No, I'll find it.
Never mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Have an actual secret like room in your house.
Yeah.
That they find that they rip off boards and they get in there and it's like, okay, the last clue is here at the bottom of my used and left here for 100 years fleshlight.
You have to stick your hand, deep inside. And don't even think about circumventing the rules. I have cameras here that are connected to a server, and the motion tracking will determine if you do it correctly or not.
It would be like in Ready Player One. At the end, it's like you meet.
The final guy. That'd be at
It's like,
VR.
Turns out I'm not actually dead.
You have to put
It's
your penis inside the hole and then analyze. And if you truly are my descendant, you will have the exact same penis.
That is a good question. Do we have the same dick as our dads?
No, I don't.
Or do we have our mom's dads? Like, cause
I got my mom's dick.
I got my mom's dick, bro. Why is it just small as fuck?
Mom, I got your dick.
Because like I've never seen my dad's dick hard except for once when it was in my ass. But
How'd you see it?
whoa, papa!
Sucky now, daddy.
But no, it's I don't know. That was interesting scientific research.
I have a feeling
that's important scientific research.
I think it's hereditary from the dad. I think.
So you think you have your dad's dick?
I think me, my dad, my brother, my cousin, we all have the same dick.
Yeah.
Like my cousin's not my dad's son, but like, we all. I've
Do
seen,
brothers have the same dick?
Yeah,
Your dick looks like your brother's dick?
I'm pretty sure. We all.
I don't think it necessarily only comes from the dad.
No.
Because it comes from mom.
Must be a mix from both sides.
A fusion cock. Fusion cock!
Because your mom, even though she's a woman, she carries the genetic code of her father's penis.
Long dick.
Of her great-great-grandfather's penis. Madame Zeroni's. Did you carry Madame Zeroni's dick up the mountain? Dick genetics up the mountain?
Oh, that's a good question because I know like.
Let's not dare Google and just continue to speculate.
Of course. I wouldn't dare
know,
Google it.
I know brothers who have like the same dick. Like I have friends who they know they're them and their brother. They both have good dicks.
Do twins have the same dicks?
Definitely. Twins are the same.
Yeah.
Twins are literal clones.
The closest you.
Imagine they didn't. Like, imagine one twin had like a big dick, and then
one just a micro
other one
penis.
had like a micro dick, and it's like, dude, you got the same freckle, you got the same looking with the elbow moves,
Sure, you haven't killed
and then it's
me.
like, let's see your dick, let's see your dick. All right, man. I whips it out, and the guy with like the small dick or normal dick is like, all right, whip yours, and the guy whips his out, and fucking don't, and he goes, what the fuck? How come? He's like, why you? Why not me? That'd be so interesting.
It is.
He would
I
kill
think
him.
the
Kill him for sure.
the only thing the Nazis did right
Or
was
suck him off.
experiments on twins.
100%.
Like, it's just so fascinating. Like, if your twin brother jerked you off, would it feel like you're jerking yourself off?
You start getting hard.
I don't know. It's just twins are so
Jerking
interesting.
off your twins,
Do you know any
yeah.
twins? I know one set of twins,
I do. My friend Mitch, he is a twin.
but they're not identical.
No, but they were in the same. They were in the womb together,
Right.
like 2 minutes apart.
Why are they not clones then? So they're fraternal,
That's weird how that is.
not
'cause
identical. They're fraternal male
They're-
twins. That's interesting.
Yeah. What's the other Siamese?
That's when you're attached. Identical, fraternal, and Siamese, I guess.
Siamese is attached.
Siamese is literally
There's
attached. At some
Vietnamese
point.
twins. That's the one.
Those are the fucking worst.
Those are the ones we experiment on.
You should see our facility in Vietnam. Yeah. Twin research facility. You wouldn't believe what they've discovered.
Twins are literal clones.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You're almost basically a clone of your parents,
Yeah.
but it's because you're like
Offspring.
Offspring.
Yeah.
You're a mix.
Well, no, I'm not a clone of my dad. I'm his offspring.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you are his DNA and cells just going.
Yeah,
And becoming a new.
Okay, but if you think about evolution as a concept of like reproduction, I would love, like, at what point were we related inherently, right? Or I don't know anything about evolution. I don't know anything about anything because I'm a fucking idiot.
It has to go so far back.
Like infinitely far back.
Infinitely far back.
But it's like, was there one auxiliary unit, or was there like humans spawning here and in Africa and in Asia and here?
No.
Because there was native people here before they were discovered.
I'm gonna
Right?
send you a video later
Is it interesting?
explaining. Yeah, I watched this dude talk about the different races of the world,
Okay.
and it was very eye opening because
Because I used to be just so racist.
now it's like that meme. It's like researching every other culture just so I can become more racist. No, but it was very eye opening because first of all, the guy was black.
Okay.
Second of all, he was jacked as fuck, and his whole YouTube channel is basically like talking about genetics and how like
And now he has the superior genetics.
literally he has like some of the most unique genetics I've ever seen, like in a human, like his shoulder striations, everything. Like,
Massive.
he's just a genetic, and I think he's like 19, and he's
wow.
like, he looks like he's like unreal, and he just works out, probably just creatine, protein powder, stuff like
So
that.
did you watch this video or just bust to it?
So I watched. First of all, he talked about black genetics and how genetics play into that. That's another video. But then he talked.
My ancestors. I too hail from Africa.
He talks about the fast muscle twitch fibers and
Yeah.
kind of goes into.
So
all
is that a thing?
Yeah, and
course it
he
is.
talks, and there's also I gotta rewatch the video because I think he's in school for like
Biology, I guess.
biochemistry or something. It's crazy.
Or
He's a very
anatomy.
intelligent guy, and then he goes on talking about like the different races of the world. So there's like Caucasian. I don't want to get canceled. I'm not gonna say it, but it's
Which one would get you
there's Mongoloid, like Mongoloid.
That's me.
No, it's literally called Mongoloid. There's Australioid.
Australopithecus.
No, but then and then he goes into talking about there's different like black people in Africa. So there's like Northern Africa, Western Africa, Western Ghana, like Southern Ghana. Like they vary in like you can identify. There's like a whole science based on this, like based on how high their cheekbones are.
Oh, wow.
Eyebrow bones, like nose width, nose height, like and
Lip plate, no lip plate.
no lip plate.
Yeah. Giant earring. No giant earring.
Two chains. And what was interesting, he talked about like how like the migration of like when the people who ended up becoming like the white Nordic people, they like why their noses became far out and like wider, not like more out extended nostril rather than the typical black wide nostril. So that because like something about the cold air and the climate
and temperature,
and it's like so crazy to like learn this and like and like people in Africa, like their noses, like generally like their wider noses, bigger nostrils, because like something about the hot air and the lower climate,
the heat, and being able to breathe in more air and cool
and
your
like
body
the skin,
faster.
like the black skin is just so much better for absorbing vitamin D or whatever the sun. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch the video again, but very informative, cool video. But I'm clearly not as evolved as like everybody else I meet. Oh, he talked about like Michael Phelps too.
Yeah,
how,
just
like
a fucking mutant.
dude, like the guy's built like a kite.
Yeah.
You ever seen him like spread his arms?
Yeah.
Like he's like a kite.
Yeah.
Right? And if you've ever seen like a stingray swim or something, like such efficient swimmers, like he's just built for swimming.
Yeah.
Or it's like Serena Williams, like just a beast among women. I only wish.
No,
My bull shark stem cells are.
I need more stem cells.
Would you ever do that?
A stem cell replacement? Absolutely.
You gotta go to
Absolutely.
Panama to do it though.
Fuck yeah.
I don't think you do.
I think I'll start fucking rocking juice when I'm 50. I'll boost up my test. I'll feel 16 again.
Yeah. I don't.
Stem cells. Fuck yeah.
I wouldn't do any of that. We're gonna do everything to keep you young.
Yeah.
I want to get old.
I don't want to get fucking. I want to feel old. I already fucking like my bones are creaky and shit. It's fucking annoying.
Go fucking die already. Jeez.
Just go die already.
Go fucking crawl away in a hole.
Dude, I think the thing too that is so impossible to conceptualize is like evolution occurring. Like you only see 80 years and like previous generations only saw fucking 50 years or whatever. It's like you only see 80 years, a glimmer, a glimpse, a snapshot in time. But it's like the humans have been around so long that like that enough children were born that their noses microscopically shrinked little by little every time until it was like optimized for breathing cold air, or like your skin got darker and darker and darker or whatever. It's like, what the fuck? How's that happen? Like, are we gonna hit a point like 3,000 years from now, if the human race is still somehow alive, and it's like, will our bodies like fuse with technology? Will we just like start like
100%. We're gonna
like
be
the microplastics in our bones will start like creating like some kind of exoskeleton, or like I don't know.
That's crazy.
If anything, if like everything that's already happened is so unfathomable to conceive that like who's to say that like something crazy like that doesn't happen? Like our hair becomes like technological. It's like USB hair or something. I don't fucking know.
Hair's going away.
Upload my hair.
Hair has slowly been going.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
That is true.
Hair.
People are definitely less hairy.
Your hair?
Everyone's hair.
The fuck are you talking about?
Hair and body hair in general.
Yeah.
Slowly.
I only got. I
Slid
don't know
away.
what you're talking about. I only got hairier over time.
I've been growing in strength. I think the one thing that I read about is something along the lines of our pinky toes slow. Like that's the closest thing our generation can see is that people's just pinky toes are getting more and more like fucking smaller, and the toenails becoming less relevant
wisdom
and it's
teeth.
more fucked.
People are born without wisdom teeth now.
Really?
Yep.
Fucked.
That's insane. That's impressive.
You don't need them.
Yeah, yank.
Their
The,
jaws are
that-
too small.
the dental association down bad. They're like, we need to put the back in their mouths.
Probably, honestly.
Oh, the meeting of the Illuminati. Who did it?
Who did it? Who got rid of wisdom teeth? Do you have any idea how many billions of dollars a year dental removal is? How many dentists we have on payroll?
The book I'm reading right now is called Breathe. I don't remember who it's by, but he's talking about
Reading
how-
or listening?
what? Listening.
Good call.
I'm actually
Good
breathing
call.
it
This
in.
guy
and
doesn't-
inhaling.
Thank you to our sponsor, Audible, for sponsoring this podcast.
We have to insert a bit about Audible now. Full on separate.
9 in 10.
What's a bit
9 in
about
10
Audible?
dentists recommend Audible.
But
I'm reading Mein Kampf on Audible. It's amazing. I read it before bed. I listen to it before bed.
He's talking about how the way we breathe changes like your literal face shape.
Yeah.
And like it can happen in a slow, like quick period of time. But like because people are becoming more mouth breathers and not breathing in through their nose properly, it's literally making our jaws smaller. And that's why we started to need wisdom teeth to come out. Otherwise, before our jaws were bigger and your wisdom teeth just fit. And so now it's
Yeah.
like one thing led to the other.
Like me, with all of my wisdom teeth. Every
How many do you
single.
have?
I have 32 teeth in my mouth right now, currently.
I don't know if
32?
that's
I feel like
normal
that's
or
a
is
good, that's a very conservative number, No, 32.
28 is the normal.
Saying you have
32 is
lost
max teeth. I have max. I mean, you could probably exceed the maximum with some fucked up
my
shirt.
stats.
I'm max. Yeah.
Maybe you.
When I was born, I was like, I want
teeth
max
stats.
teeth stats.
Maybe you. I'm like a shark. I got layers.
Yeah, I got fucking rows
Fuck,
behind.
yeah. Oh, that's
There was
weird.
another concept that I always think about. You know, like the movie Unbreakable.
Oh.
It's like with Bruce Willis and Samuel L.
Oh
Jackson.
yeah.
I haven't seen it. But
So
yes.
just in summary, pretty much the principle of it, which is always kind of fascinating me, is that like inherently somewhere on this planet, there are people born with like incredibly brittle bones or incredibly brittle skin or incredibly weak or whatever the case may be.
Why can't it be the other way?
Yeah, so that implies the existence of someone out there, 7.2 billion people, who could have like unbreakable bones or like the strongest bones or like the strongest skin. Like he could be
those
bulletproof,
people
you know what I'm saying? Like
Okay, I'll give you an example.
I shot myself in the head this morning and I didn't even die.
And I didn't die.
I spit the bullet right out.
It came on my ass. And it clogged the toilet. Fuck. That's a true story. I clogged the toilet this morning. Anyway, give you an example of a superhuman like that. There's a fighter in the UFC, or he was a former fighter.
Johnny Sins?
A police officer? Firefighter.
Firefighter. Doctor.
Pizza delivery guy. Astronaut?
Astronaut.
Soldier.
Teacher.
Teacher.
Pastor.
Porn? No, not porn star. He now fights in like I think Bellator or something, like some other one. But his name's Yoel Romero.
Heard him.
This guy from Cuba. Anyway, one of his fights, I don't forget who he's fighting. The guy punched him so hard, broke his orbital bone, like right here, swollen up. After the fight, the doctor goes, you have a broken orbital bone. You have to go to the emergency right now. Drives to the emergency. Doctor goes look at him in whatever span of time. If it was an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, impossible for anybody else for this to happen. The doctor goes doing tests on him and shit. He's like, I've never seen anyone fucking like this before. He has the bone has already started to begin a healing process. It's already begun to calcify.
Yeah.
Not only that, but his tendons and joints are 4 times larger than any other, 4 times more dense and larger, more like constructive than any other human I've ever laid eyes on. This guy is a specimen, and if you look at a picture of him, like he's like 45, and he looks like he's 30.
What?
Like he is like peak human specimen, perfect proportions everywhere. He was like an Olympic gold medalist for like Cuba for wrestling and stuff. But like, yeah, like there's a video. I don't know if it was on Rogan. The guy was talking about it, but I think it was the doctor, and he was saying, he's like, I've never seen, like his tendons are like 4 times denser than any other human I've ever like inspected as a doctor, as a medical professional. I've never seen anyone like this in my life. So there are people like that exist. Right. My doctor said that about my prolapsed asshole.
I've never seen a prolapsed asshole this girthy and this out.
I've only seen them on
Just before I talked to you on the phone today, I was watching a YouTube video that came up.
Oh, prolapsed assholes?
No, about it was literally called like how Mike Tyson demented this one guy's face or something like this.
Demented.
I
really hope that's the title of the video.
I don't think it said demented. It said something else, but it was like the one guy that he punched so hard in the jaw and it like broke his jaw, and knocked out his 2 front teeth. And it's like this guy's face never healed the same.
That's amazing.
And then we're talking about like specimens, like Mike Tyson, just every single, it kept cutting the interviews. People were like, I've never been punched that hard in my life. Like,
He's a mutant.
Would you, here's a would you rather. Would you rather fight prime Mike Tyson or fight prime Francis Ngannou, the heavyweight champion UFC? By the way, hardest puncher in the history of the planet.
Ngannou? Really?
Yep, he has the hardest recorded punch ever. But then they don't have Mike Tyson's from 80,
Right.
From 84, 85, 86. So
honestly, probably Tyson.
Okay, some stats here.
death.
Some stats. Tyson's like 5'10", 5'11", I think. Ngannou's like 6'4". Ngannou is like 260 something pounds. Tyson's probably like 220 prime. Tyson's probably faster. Ngannou is just a giant gorilla. So, so you're going Tyson? Or you're going Tyson?
Here's the thing, Marcus. I think it's death or death. Like, I don't think we can really fathom, because obviously when you see fights, we don't allow cross weight fights. We'll never know what Francis Ngannou could do to a 5'8", 160-pound man. Like, I'm thinking that if, like, and also put it this way, I'm in the ring, I'm in the octagon, right? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Never been in a fight before in my life. I'm not even touching him.
He gets 2 hits on you. Hits you once, cracks every bone in the side of your body, and then you'll go, and then the next one comes to your head, and you're
probably takes your head off.
And
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Because if he's knocking people out his size, I think
just that punch could literally just kill my feeble body.
Have you ever seen that? Well, you ever seen that video of him, like, Ngannou, like his knockout against Alistair Overeem? Has anyone seen that?
I don't
know. No, but Alistair Overeem is a fucking monster.
He's a monster too.
Yeah.
But Ngannou knocked him out cold, and like the punch he threw, like came from down here and wound up, and just boom, knocked him on the chin like this, and his head snapped like this. It's the most violent thing I've ever seen. More violent than like any Mike Tyson KO.
Really?
Yeah. With boxing gloves, it looks kind of weak. Like,
it does.
Whenever I watch boxing highlights and they say, "Oh, what a punch!" I'm like, it didn't look that bad.
Yeah.
But I think it's like the boxing gloves make it look like kind of nerf.
There's a level of cushion.
Yeah, but like with a UFC glove, there's half a centimeter of padding between you, my fist, and the fucking canvas.
Yeah.
And also death. So, yeah, he just snapped his head back like that. And like you could, my neck would be broken. Anybody else's neck would be broken. But because Alistair Overeem's neck is the size of a fucking catalytic converter, it just kind of, the muscles shock absorbed, and it worked. And then he hit the fucking canvas. And then Ngannou, being the fucking animal killer predator that he is, goes down and goes, "Ooh," and slams his fist one more time on his face. And the guy's head is against the canvas like this, right?
It just bounces.
And and he goes boom, boom, and it goes like, he hit the fucking head so hard it bounced like a trampoline. It's like the most, I don't even think he hit him on the face, he hit him on the fucking neck. Like, oh, it's a trachea shot.
I really hope we live to see like cyborg fights.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
yeah, like I want Ngannou enhanced, like Jack's arms.
Yeah, literally.
So what you're saying is that Ngannou punched him so hard that he transitioned into the afterlife.
Exactly. Well, yeah.
So let's say in the future we have fights where it's like, you know, I purchased a fighter and he's got some bionic parts. Maybe he's got a little chip in his head. He goes in the ring. I sit on the side. I put on the VR headset and I get the controllers and I'm doing the fight. But it's his cyborg corpse in there taking the hits and doing the beating.
That's a movie, you know that, right?
Probably.
It's a Hugh Jackman movie.
No, but that's robots fighting robots. I'm talking cyborgs are in there. I'm controlling a man.
At that point.
Through a little chip in his head.
Still a movie, Gamer, with Gerard Butler.
All right.
What?
But he wasn't a cyborg.
He wasn't, no, he was controlling humans. No.
Yeah.
What?
He was a video, like.
He was being controlled.
It was a video, yes, it was a video game.
Oh, yeah.
That like people would play and you got to control, I think he didn't know. Yeah. Or I don't think you knew. But you played like, it was like Call of Duty, but like you play as the character. The gamers, I don't think knew. I forget. I haven't seen the movie in a while. Anyway, Gerard Butler ends up like being controlled.
Have to know.
I haven't seen the movie. It was like it's been probably like 12.
Gerard Butler's going over the other guy.
Why am I doing? I like
that is an actual scene, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that is.
Could be.
I don't think it's a comedy.
Was teabagging available in 2008?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Halo 3, 2007 for sure.
Okay, maybe. I don't know, man. Like, I wish I could just pay to have just buy Ngannou. I came out.
Holy fuck! Clip that.
You know what? Fine. Yeah, I'd buy Ngannou. I would buy Francis Ngannou. Trillions of dollars. I don't care. Just to have him as a bodyguard,
like Django Unchained, just
whoa!
Get him!
Whoa! Putting words in my mouth now. I'm saying just. Okay.
You won't eat tonight. You better finish him.
Jesus Christ!
Would it be any different if I said I want to buy Brock Lesnar?
Yes. There's no history of that.
I'm sticking with my original choice. I'll buy Francis Ngannou.
Okay, I'll buy Brock Lesnar.
Okay, fine. We'll have them fight.
May the best man win.
Get him, boy. Get him. Get him, boy.
You've got champagne and a cigar. Watch that.
Oh my god, dude! I was watching today. I catch up on the news on YouTube, like DW News and all that shit. So I'm watching like some of the Ukraine stuff, and
Tucker Carlson.
and do you guys know who Ramzan Kadyrov is?
Yeah, Khabib's a great cousin.
Close.
I thought that already passed. Ramazan.
He's the de facto leader of Chechnya.
That's a fake country.
Also, it is a fake. Here's a fact. It's a
territory.
country. It's a country inside of another country.
Where, in what country?
Russia.
Oh,
It's a country inside of a country.
interesting.
So they have a president. His name's Ramzan Kadyrov. He wears shirts that have Putin on it. Anyway, he's a dictator. I just was watching this video on him, and he's like, he's already talking. He's like, just nuke them. Just send the nukes. These low yield nukes. It's fine. Like he's like on Instagram talking about this shit. And anyway, it was a video talking about all his like crazy shit. He's like a dictator. He has like child fighting rings. He like 10-year-old like MMA fights and like puts them on like NBC Chechnya. What? And like he's like, I put my own sons. Look at them fight. They're like 9 and they're in the ring like in a full size octagon.
They go in with the peasant kids. He goes and he tapes glass.
My sons haven't lost a fight. How is this possible?
Go get them, son. Go get
Your
them.
son, take the Bowie knife. Go ahead.
You're just slaughtering.
Dad, where's I want the AK-40? No.
AK-47 too much. You take AK-70 for you.
Take the
Give him
stock,
a chance.
Take the fucking banana nigga. Only used for home.
Fuck, that got me. AK-74 you. Holy fuck. Wow. That's the world's greatest gun. Holy fuck. Wow. Did we just end it there? That's too funny.
It's just so funny.
Unless you got something else to add with the kids.
No, I
fighting
was just
ring.
going to talk about the child fighting rings and...
Yeah, come
and
on, more bits. Shield child fighting ring.
Fuck, like all the shit he condone, I can list it.
Yeah.
Stoning gays in the streets.
Jesus.
And then there was a quote. It's like somebody asked him about it. Somebody asked like, you condone stoning gays and women in the street. So women, if they don't cover up properly, he's like you can shoot them in the street with a paintball gun. So there's a video of some guy like running by. He shoots these 2 chicks with like skirts that have like up below their knees, and they're going. And the women are like. And then there's an interview, and the guy goes, you've condoned the stoning of gays in homosexuals in Chechnya. What do you have to say about this? And he's like, I do condone. This is okay, fact of matter, but here's the fact. There are no homosexuals in Chechnya, so it is okay. And if there were, I would condone this. And they're like, the interviewer's like. He's like, there are no homosexuals in Chechnya. There is no such thing. So it's okay.
That's crazy.
He's crazy. Look him up. Like he's a character. Like and
literally super villain.
He's a super villain who like he gets paid. But if you know the whole history of Chechnya, it's crazy. But like he got put in by Putin, and then Putin's like his like
daddy,
godfather. Yeah, like
he's he's like the puppet of Putin.
So the Russian government pays Chechnya. And then that money gets diverse through the government, which is Kadyrov. He's like 40. He was dictator at like 29. So like he's just been balling. He's got like Maybachs, Maybach or whatever the fuck it's called.
Maybach with stone shooters at the side. Homosexual has a gaydar on the side. Dude, gaydar UAV.
Floyd Mayweather visited him. What? Hillary Swank was there for his birthday.
What? Hillary Swank?
There's a video of Hillary Swank like speaking on stage. She's like, I want to know more about your culture. This is probably just after she won.
He probably paid $20 million.
Oh yeah, he's like Aladdin, dude. He's like, I want to have sex with Hillary Swank. Hillary Skank.
Holy fuck!
Did you ever see the Turkish one? I think I forgot his name. Nurmagomedov or something like that.
That's Habib Nurmagomedov.
Maybe I'm thinking.
Whoa! What did you say? Say what? Did you say something?
No.
Never mind. I thought you said.
Oh, I see what you're going.
I thought you said something. Anyway,
No.
I think it's Erdogan.
Erdogan, yeah.
Erdogan, yeah.
But he's like obsessed with horse. Like John Oliver did a whole thing on him, like a whole video. Like he has like a fetish, an obsession for horses. It's like he's written a book about like I love horses. He owns like 70 horses. Like it's literally like a children's book about his love for horses. He owns like 80 horses. His office is like horse themed. Like it's like golden horses, horse wallpaper, horse trinkets on the desk. Like everything in this guy's life is horse. Like I can't remember any specifics, but it gets even weirder than that.
I love horse.
Yeah.
I love horse.
I love horse so much.
So much horse.
I love their big cock when I jerk and it come bucket in my mouth.
I like the cock and the horse. What? What?
You like trans women? No, I like
Supreme leader.
horse.
Supreme leader. What are you saying? Horses.
Horse.
Horses.
Cock.
Ponies. Oh, I think you said horse. No, horse. Horse.
Big horse.
I love horse.
I love horse in my mouth.
I love horse.
I love ride horse.
I ride horse. They ride me.
They ride me.
All right, end it there.
That's all, folks.
Just a fucking Turkish prime minister getting busted on by a horse. By what's called the what's the big horse called? Clydesdale. A Clydesdale bust load.
The Clydesdale clomp.
All right. Thanks for watching episode 40. Hope you enjoyed. Fuck you.
Fuck you.